This is Pluto 7, the official historian of the Bronx Boys Rocking Crew, Global. Um, this is special. This is very, very, very special for everyone out there. These guys are what you call TBB OG. This is the first tier. This is something that is very special. This is something that is very rare um, to get, a lot of these guys, much less to get a lot of these guys in the space of, just together because everybody's all over the place. So to have you guys here, it is an honor. I'm overwhelmed. This is incredible what I'm having a moment. Um, I'm introducing in the white the now current global president Abby, who's done an amazing job, in this journey, and the triple OG, super OG, Bond 2. You know, you guys, are phenomenal. First and foremost, but let's just dive into it. Abby, give us, a brief story of the beginning of how you got down and all of that stuff.
The beginning, all right. In the beginning, right? That's what. What's up? What's up, Pluto? Thank you for this. I'm humbled, bro, and you come a long way. You learned a lot from us. You learned a lot from other people. You learned a lot from books. You learned a lot from your own personal, and I see it. I see your growth, and you and Vivid becoming something extraordinary. So big ups to you, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate
that. With that being said, in TBB, I was 74. I was 9 years old. I wasn't down with that yet. That was TBB. So graffiti. Um, we had. It was me. We had shorties. We had Batch, Weebles. We had Bond. We had Pre. We had Sash. We had all these brothers, and I was one of the shorties. Spec was one of the shorties. Jeanette was one of the shorties. Kuko was one of the shorties. I used to run with those three. Kuko and Jeanette twins, and Spec was the oldest. And we used to always be behind. I remember a lot of the times they would go to 129, or they would start going towards to Arthur Park or past where the Chinglings
Hughes Avenue.
Hughes Avenue. So we would, and we would have to go. They was going to go to a jam, and so we would be right behind them, like a block and a half, 2 blocks. They didn't want us to. And once we got to the jam, whether it was 118 or Mapes, we would scatter, and we just go each other's way and just bug out, go start doing, crazy shit. I had 2 mentors back then. I had Karate Chino, and then I had Bosco. Bosco was, his top rock was more the stick-up style. Swing back, rolling the dice, 22 and then the ankle.
And always sharp.
Classic hard rock.
Always sharp. And,
Classic hard rock style.
Yeah, and then his BVDs, his Kangaroos, his Playboys or Wallabies, or if it's Pumas, whatever he wore, he wore it. And then he had this Tupac type of attitude, a Puerto Rican Tupac style, real dark skin, real Indian, good looking cat, always smoking Chiba, always playing dice, 7-Eleven or what was the other one?
Express?
6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What was that? CeeLo.
On CeeLo, yeah.
CeeLo, always in the corner. Skin money, no make no. So he's the one that always says, "Yo, Ab, come on, man. What you doing? Your brother gonna kick your ass for what you do? Come on, hang with me." And then he would always tell me, since he would tell me, "Look, when you dancing, you gotta do this. You gotta do this. You gotta do this." So he would show me a little bit. Now, go ahead and do it. I would do it. He says, "Nah, dude, listen to me. Look at what I'm doing." So until I got it, he would give me cocotazos. Like, come on, Nick, come on. So I would learn that style of authoritarian type of, you know, you just like gangster shit.
Yeah.
Real fucking, real classy, but kill your ass in a minute type dance. And then when I would go to 129 Major all the time, Karate Chino was always there. A dirty, he was more dirtier, outlaw style. He was outlaw. I don't know if he was with, I always say that he was down with, he wasn't jabbing, he wasn't 70 monos.
Oh, really? Brown Triggers?
I don't know if it was Brown Flipper, but he was there. He always, come here, my nephew. Chill, he look good looking dude, right? Yeah, he had that German look.
Mm-hmm.
All right, remember that shit? He had that German, but he taught me the gangster style, outlaw style dance, rock. And every time we would go, he was, yo, have you go ahead, be nice, go. He said, go ahead, just turn around, shit on him, piss on him, cut his head up. And you remember I showed you, chop his head up, then kick it. And I would do that. And being that I was small, 9, 10 years old, people would love it. You know, people always love the kids. Everywhere you go, they still, to today, they still do that. So that's my beginnings where I got that dance style. And moving along, once we get into 129, you know, Batch would catch me every now and then until he got tired. Then he said, all right, bet you could roll with us. I started rolling with y'all. I started rolling with you guys. And then went to jams. You know, when I did my shit, I got better and better and better on the floor rocking. And that's it, man. A lot of us, few cats got killed along the way. You know, and we used to hang out with that gay guy. What was his name? With the nail?
Yeah, Frenchie.
Frenchie. And Frenchie was the only dude that he could hang out with us. Only dude. He used to go to the clubhouse too. With
Yeah,
us.
green eyes.
Green eyes. He looked like the dude from the Silence of the Lamb.
Mm-hmm.
That he had the dog.
Yeah.
Give me the dog.
Yeah.
That he's the one that dressed up as girl. He looked like that. But he was a cool brother. But he gay.
And he fights too.
And he was rock mother. But he was cool. He respected the kids. He respected me. He respected Cuco, all the younger ones. And Diaz too. Diaz was in our age, but he's a little older in the head.
Mm-hmm.
A lot, Sash. Sash was a
Oh,
little
Lil
older.
Sash?
Yeah, he was a little older in the head.
Lil Sash, yeah. He has green eyes,
Yeah.
Lil Sash, yeah.
Yeah, me and him used to hang out hard tight. At
Like you with
116.
green eyes. Yeah, green eyes too.
Yeah, he just passed away a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Good dude.
But yes, so basically that's how I got in.
Yeah.
You know, after tireless times of bats trying to shove me back, he finally let me roll, and so yeah, that's how I got involved with that.
All right, Bon, just give us a story on how you got down in the crew and all of that.
Well, this has been a long time coming because I haven't had a chance to sit down with you guys and tell my story. Let me see. I met Batch like in 1976. There was a jam being thrown on 181st Street and Mohegan Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm there with my Rugrats, you know what I'm saying? It's Ash, Spec. We was into playing wiffle ball, playing the abandoned buildings and stuff things like that. So they're throwing the jam on Mohegan Avenue, and we show up, and all of a sudden I see black shirts, white letterings, in formation coming in. And I was saying, damn, what's this? I'm not really, I was never into the gang things, you know what I'm saying? But I seen them and I was impressed, you know? And I'm checking them out. They're dancing, they're doing the circle, the 360s, and they break dancing. And I see Batch, you know, and I asked Batch, what's this? And he says, no, this is not a gang, this is a crew. We started out as a free crew with Cash, Sharky. I never met Sharky, but I know Cash.
Yeah.
And then Batch broke off from the graffiti crew with Cash and Sharky, and he started the dancing crew, which is the time he came over here to Mohegan Avenue. Anyway, there was a guy there named D Jesus. He was a big dude, and he was dancing. So he was a wild boy, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you battle, like this kid, he used to, do the puppy and pee on you and stuff like that. You know how he does, and Batch does the shotgun and stuff like that. But you don't put hands on nobody when you dance, or respectful dance. This guy, D Jesus, was off the meters. So one day he's dancing with somebody, he's putting hands on somebody, and he grabbed the guy's head and he gestured him to his private parts, and I'm like, well, that's not good. So Batch, that was his problem child, that guy, D Jesus.
I see.
So I told Batch, I said, listen, you can't, you shouldn't have a guy like this in your crew because, it's going to cause trouble. And, if it's all about dancing, having fun, this guy is a bad apple. So anyway, to make a long story short, he asked me how would I take care of that. I said, nothing, just talk to him. Anyway, so I went to the guy and I spoke to him. I said, listen, look, you shouldn't be doing this. This is dancing crew, is about having fun. You can make gestures, but you shouldn't put hands on nobody.
Yeah.
And he turned to Batch and says, yo, who's this guy? Why you let him talk to me like that? And Batch goes, this is Joe. I ain't had Bon yet. This is Joe, TBB Joe.
Yeah.
He's the president on this side. And I was like, I remember it. And then I told the kid, listen, you can't be doing that. And then the guy, he got upset and he ripped his. Then I said, listen, take off your shirt and give it to Batch. And he says, I'm not going to give my shirt to nobody. I bought this, that, and the other. So he rips it up and he throws it in the garbage, and that was it. So later on that night, Batch comes over to Honeywood Avenue, right? We was playing wiffle balls, and he's breaking it down to me, what this is, a dancing crew and stuff like that. And at the time, we had, like I said, Pre, God bless the dead. We had Ash, she's still around. Spec, God bless the dead. JP, Tone 4, my man Mash, he's a professional percussionist now. Mark Quinones.
Some of those guys. There's a picture. I have a picture.
Right.
You guys.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just look at it like, this picture is history, man. Like, if somehow you could press a button, AI could make that picture talk, it would tell some interesting stories.
It would tell some stories.
Yeah, that's the way I look at this. In the whole, I got this crazy imagination. So there's gonna be some things that we introduced that is gonna be like, he took basically what the history was, and he made it interesting by adding his imagination to help tell the story. So yeah, that's definitely it. So real quick, before we get out of here, I have to ask you both your thoughts on this being 50th and TBB being around for what is that?
5 decades.
5 decades. What's that? A century? Is that half a century?
That's a half.
Yeah, that's a half a century. That's crazy. Yeah. Your thoughts?
I remember when we went to visit Batch before he came home. He was in Oldsville, and we went to give him the news about Trace passing away. God bless the dead. And me and Batch has a special bond because he put me down with this. He was close. And after we got the news out the way, I'm in shock, just like Batch is in shock. Even to this day, I would have never in a million years thought that TBB would have gone this far and global through Sahabi.
Yeah, there's that too.
That's mind-blowing. We used to be in abandoned buildings, stealing bread from the bakery store.
On top of the can.
Yeah, and mayonnaise and buying a ham and cheese sandwich and hanging out in abandoned buildings. And I thought it was going to be a fad. To my surprise, 50 years, that's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And the fact that we've gone global is just a plus. And it makes our heart happy to know that we have come this far. And I look at you guys today and says, wow. I could, in my mind, I could say, wow, I remember where we started and look where we are today. All I ask is that the youngsters, you guys, take it to a whole different level. everything that we did is done.
Yeah.
Okay? We set the ground for you guys. There's no more sticking up,
Yeah.
because that's what I was. I was a stick-up kid, you know what I'm saying? I was never a dancer. And protecting my people, because I really took you guys as my brothers and sisters.
Yeah, we've had conversations about that, you know, and you know that's the way we feel, you know, when we come to this crew, that's the way we feel. I was just telling Abby when I got down with, you know, with the crew, because at first, you know, like I was a little hesitant because I was like, I don't know if I fit the criteria. I don't know if I'm good enough.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
do.
so 3 months, it was an odd number. I know it was either 3 or 5 months later, you know, in 2010, I was like, yeah, you know, Abby, you know, he asked like twice, and then I was like, let me think about it. Second time, I was like, yeah, I'm down. And, you know, it was the greatest thing, you know, I did. I got offered to be in a lot of crews, but I'm glad I chose this.
So am I. I'm
Like,
glad you chose us.
I always look at it, back at it, and I'm like, damn, bro, I made the best choice of being in this crew. I could have been in a lot of other crews that, you know, a lot of people know. No need to mention their names, respectfully. But I'm proud and glad to be in this crew. And that's
Proud
our
to
whole
have you.
thing. You know, when we talk about you guys, and we talk that, like, you know, taking things to the next level. And me personally, all I wanted to do is have you guys say, you know what, you did good work.
You did.
That's it.
Well, you're doing
Recognition.
a great job. You know what I'm saying? And we're glad to have you. You know what I'm saying? And we love you as a brother. And just like brothers and sisters fight and argue, that's going to happen too. But at the end of the day, love is love. And we appreciate what you do. You're well informed. You're very knowledgeable. And there's times I got to read your information to refresh my memory. You know what I'm saying? Because you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
So I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
I appreciate that. That means a lot.
So,
All right, so that's what it is, you know. Abby, Bon 2, OG, triple OG members of TBB, and this is the 50th, and I have to say thank you. You are appreciated. I thank you for your time, and I thank you for you guys being able to sit down and do this. This means a lot, and this is a part of the archives that we're going to put, and we're going to create a place. A Fort Knox, where there's a vault,
Right,
you know,
yeah,
a digital vault to
Yeah.
protect this information,
Sure.
to have this go on until, like, God just decides to blow up the planet.
Right, to a capsule.
Yeah.
I took it from them, and I made it mine, and I brought it to a certain level, right? And now, all the crews, they gotta bring it. They gotta ante up.
Yeah.
They gotta take it to that other level.
Absolutely.
I'm about almost done with all of it, and I just want to sit back now and just look at and enjoy what comes, what it's about, and what it's going to be to. You know what I mean? So once I see that, yeah, I'm ready. I'm good.
Okay, so on that note, we're gonna close out.
Okay.
Again, you guys are appreciated, and happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy 50.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Can I request one thing? Can I go back around and take a picture with you guys?
Yes.
Absolutely.